Alright, so this is 5A day 1, and we're going to be talking about explicit formulas, which you've already had some dealings with. So let's move right along. So your learning goals: I can write an explicit formula given a real-world scenario, and I can find the common difference of a sequence given a term number and value as well as the initial term. Alright, so let's start with the explicit formula explained. So, expressions. Okay, given a formula, you can find the value of any term by plugging it in for n. Okay, one answer does not depend on the answer before it. The formula that does is called the recursive formula, and that is something that we're going to get into a little bit later, but not right now. Alright, so again, just as a refresher, an, that's the value of the term you are solving for. It could also be written as this, a sub n. Okay, a sub 1, that's the first term. And then this is always going to be here. So this whole thing, always there. Okay? Where n is the term number in the sequence you are solving for. And then d is just the common difference. If d is negative, it will be written in parentheses as well. So that doesn't mean you subtract it. For example, if let's say the common difference was going down, we'd have a negative sign and then a parentheses here. It doesn't change the fact that you're multiplying though. Alright, so let's start with the first example. The first row of a theater has 45 seats. Each subsequent row has 7 additional seats than the previous row. We want to write an explicit expression that represents the number of seats in the row. So let's go through. Okay, this is going to stay the same. We're just going to leave it as is. The first term, we're told that the first row has 45 seats. So what do you think that first term is going to be? 45, that's right. And each subsequent row has 7 additional seats. Now, since we're just writing a formula and we're not actually finding the number of seats, that part's just going to be there. And the common difference is we are adding 7 additional seats. So we're adding 7, so we're just going to tack that onto the end. Simple as that. Alright, now, if we have to solve for part of it, like in this case, if we're solving for d, the common difference, you are going to be given the term number that you're solving for, the first term, and you're going to be told that term number, you're going to be told, you're going to be getting the value of the term as well as the term number. Alright, so the initial term of an arithmetic sequence is 5. That's important. The 13th term is 149. What is the common difference of the sequence? So, again, start with this formula. That's your kind of your base. And then we're just going to fill in what we know. We know that 149 will go right there. The first term we're told is 5. Okay? So we're going to put that there. Now we know that this n, that it's 13, because 149 is the 13th term. So we're just going to put it in as 13 minus 1, because remember that minus 1 always stays. And d is going to be the variable that we're trying to solve for. So now all we have to do is go through and do our order of operations. So first thing we're going to take care of is what's in parentheses. Okay? 13 minus 1 is 12. And then it's times d. Don't forget that. That d is just tacked onto there. Now just solve like you would as if this were, x, like you've seen in the past. What would you do first? You would subtract 5 from both sides, which would give you 144 equals 12d. And then, of course, you just divide by 12 on both sides, which would give you d equals 12. So the common difference would be 12. All right. Now, each time a try is scored in a rugby game, 5 points are added to the score of the scoring team. The team already has 15 points. Assuming that there's no conversion penalty or drop goals, write an explicit formula that represents the number of points as an arithmetic sequence. So again, we're going to go ahead and fill in an, or a sub n. Our first term, we're told that the team already has 15 points. Okay, so that's what we're starting with. That number is going to go right there. Okay, then this is just going to go straight down. And then d, the common difference is the 5 points that are added to the score of the scoring team. And that's it. So pretty simple. The majority of it is just kind of filling in the pieces that you know of the explicit formula, so you've got to be able to recognize that. So remember, first term, this is the value of whatever term that you're solving for. This is the term number of this. Okay, so these two are connected, as you can tell from the ends. All right, and then D, of course, is the common difference. All right, so you will get this. Just try. Really, you got to remember that there's only like 3 or 4 things in the formula that you need to be able to identify. Not terribly hard. So that's it. Keep it nice and short and sweet. And we have Turkey Day coming up, so make sure you're staying on top of this. All right, guys?